YouTube, what's going on? This is Coach Show, your Lululemon ambassador. Today we're in the weight room working on our knee drive. If your coach has ever told you, get your knees up, this is really where it begins. There's a lot of things you might be doing already that will be helpful, but some things I think you can add to your arsenal to give you that little extra boost on the track or on the field. Someone that's here to help me deliver that message is my main man, Elijah Jackson.
My name is Elijah Jackson. I'm a running back at Ball State University, and I'm a state champion. And I feel like the knee drive is important, especially in football, because once you break a tackle, getting your knees up and trying to get to that open space, it can get you so far. And especially in track too, when you getting out your drive phase, when you picking your knees up, you're gonna gain more ground as you use less energy, and you should win every time. That's how I ran the 10-4.
First, we're gonna go into our mobility and stretching. Really important that we prepare the muscles for the activity. Then we're gonna go to a little bit of endurance work to see different ways we can get the different muscle fibers to work, and we'll end on some of our strength training as well. All right, so you guys stay tuned. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let's get into this thing. Okay, so first we start with foam rolling. So I got Elijah here. He's gonna go right into some rolling around the hip. Foam rolling is important because it allows us to massage some of the soft tissue, some of the connective tissue, and just get it ready for performance.
This is also important because it get your muscles loose and your hips won't be as stiff, So it'll be great for your knee drive, getting your hips loose.
Are you someone that has had to work on your mobility, Elijah?
Yeah, because I was always stiff, so.
Big thing with foam rolling, it's not a specific rep scheme or duration that you're doing it for. Think of it more of it's kind of until you feel good about it. You should feel the muscle starts to loosen. It might be a little bit uncomfortable if it's not something that you're used to, but kind of just use pain as your guide, or just use the mobility and extra flexibility you're getting as your guide as well, all right?
And then we also focusing on the growing too. You don't want your hips to be good, but your growing kind of tight too. So making sure you stretching all the muscles around your hips. So you're growing your hamstring. It should be all in one when you using a foam roller. And then, yeah.
Next, we want to do a little bit of mobility and flexibility. So I'm gonna have Elijah do a kneeling hip flexor stretch. So all you're gonna do is you're gonna go to a split squat position, but your knee, that back knee is gonna be on the ground. And then from here, I want Elijah to lean back, hands will be on the hips. Think about pushing the hips forward, and you should feel a stretch all the way through the front of the hip. You feel that?
I feel it.
Good, okay. So this is about 15 to 20 second hold. You'll reset, and you go to the other side. So why flexibility is really important. If I don't have the range of motion to get me into certain positions, I can get as strong as I want, but if I'm restricted because of the range of motion I have, I'll never fully get to where I want to go. So it's really important that you guys address the mobility and the flexibility, as well as the strength that we're going to talk about soon. So I'm sure you guys are familiar with these mini bands. These are awesome for developing endurance in the hip flexor muscles. So Elijah's gonna go into what we call a wall excel. His hands are on the wall. The bands are around the bridge of his foot, and he's driving up to the wall, holding for about 2 seconds. Really trying to just keep good posture there. If you guys are doing this drill, know that this is a good position here. He has a relatively straight back, and as the knee comes up, the lower body is gonna fold a little bit. Now, excessive knee drive will make his body curl too much. We don't want that, but know that knee drive comes with flexion of the spine. Okay, so now we're moving to more dynamic mobility. So Elijah's about to perform walking hip circles with a different type of band. So those mini bands are awesome, but they have limiting factors. They only allow you to move in certain planes at a certain time. But with these bands, these ankle cuffs, you're able to move in all 3 planes. So Elijah's gonna walk about 10 meters worth of walking, taking his time between each step and each rep, but feeling the biggest range of motion possible as he rotates his hip. All right, so we progress our walking hip circles to a banded high knee walk. And this is very familiar to like an A skip or an A march, where the knee is coming up and it's coming right back down. But as we start to position our body into more of a sprint action, think about what you would want from the lower body, from the hips specifically, when it comes to more dynamic movements that we'll progress to here, okay? So we want the knee to come up nice and high, and think about stepping down into the ground quite powerfully. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna start doing more running now. And I think it's important that we have the right apparatus for what we're asking our body to do. So we changed bands again. So these are speed bands. You can find these on Amazon. They are great for making things a little bit more dynamic. You can sprint with them, you can do hurdle drills with them. A little bit different from the ankle cuffs that we had there. These I'd probably feel more comfortable working into like a speed session. We've put these bands right above the knee. And this is important. If they go too high on the quad, they don't get this, the band that we're using doesn't get the same stretch. So it's really important that the Velcro straps are in the right position. You want to think about the location of the hooks. If these hooks are not on the outside of the quad, again, the same idea, they don't get the same stretch to give the hip flexor the work that it needs. So now we have the bands are in position. We have across the front and we have across the back. And if you could just do like a high knee for me.
Like that, or just...
Yeah, how's that feel?
Good.
And you can always add more tension as needed. But right now, I think we got exactly what we need. How I'm implementing these, I want to do fast, explosive movements. I want the fast twitch fibers in the hip to really start moving explosively here. So what I'm going to ask Elijah to do is a 6-second burst. And this 6-second burst is going to teach his body how to move quick. I'm going to cue him on things that I want to see, which will be, obviously, I want to see nice knee drive, but I want to see nice and explosive extension into the ground, because sprinting is nothing without us moving that foot back down to the ground. The knee comes up so we can hit the ground hard, okay? 3, 2, 1, and go. And relax. Oh, I like that, okay. How's it feel, man? Give us a rundown.
It felt good. Just when you get out your blocks, it's just showing you how you get your hips up, snap it back down, and just pushing out the ground. So
anyone that's like high output, short intervals, 6 to 8 second bursts would be great for you. If you're an athlete that's more tempo based, you're a 400 athlete, even an 800 athlete, I would use these bands but a longer duration. All right, so think about what the demands of your event or your sport are, and you would tailor the programming of these bands to that. All right, so now we're done with our endurance element. Now let's get to the strength. All right, so to our strength component, if you want to change the strength and power of the hip flexor, it's really important that you do things that challenge the strength of the hip flexor and the associated muscles. So I have a 1080 sprint here that has a lot of functionality, but if you have a cable machine at your local gym or at your school gym, this works perfectly. All you need is an ankle attachment and something to hook yourself to the cable. Right now, Elijah's doing a weighted knee drive. Now we can make this as dynamic as we want. If we want it to be more powerful, we can make it really heavy and just work some strength. But either way, you'll see really high level sprinters with really well-developed hip flexor muscles. And it's exercises like these that give us that pop in the hip that allows us to develop that power here. Okay, so we got Elijah working really hard here. What I'm gonna ask you to do, Elijah, take a half step forward, and I want you to think about ripping your foot off the ground here, really driving aggressively. Okay? If you guys wanna run explosively, make sure that you train explosively. We wanna teach the hip flexor, it has to create a lot of force, and to create a lot of force, we need high speeds and higher resistance. How's it feel, E?
It felt great. It's burning, but that means I'm getting right working.
That's it. You lost count? Are you still working?
10.
Okay.
All right, this was a great workout. I feel like I encourage all y'all younger athletes, football, soccer, anybody, y'all should come do these hip workouts to make y'all get faster. Like I said, my first time doing track was my junior year. I came working out with Show. He improved my 100-meter dash. I came from like a 10.8 or 10.9 to a 10.47 just by doing the small details and getting my hips being more flexible and stuff like that. And I encourage y'all football athletes to go out there and go do it because it helped me football-wise too. Doing good in track, getting me offers in track, and them offers came to football offers, and look where I'm at now, D1 full ride. So I encourage all y'all to do the same thing, and yeah.
Guys, I hope this was helpful for you. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you are already familiar with some of these things, if you're doing them already, if it's completely new, and of course, if you're getting better because of it. You know, I love to know that, and the community that we're building would like to know that too. Many thanks to Elijah for the hell of a job he did today. As he said, we go way back. We created history together, so it's really awesome to have this experience with him here, and looking forward to all that you accomplish in the future, my man.
Yes, sir.